Okay, welcome to part 6 of what is the Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag downloadable content known as Freedom Cry, where you play as Adewadi, not quite sure the pronunciation of his name, but he was the second in command on the Jackdaw in Black Flag, sailing under Captain Kenway across the seas of the Caribbean. This mission here, you've just spoken to a woman inside of a tavern and she's told you to go and find out what the French people are planning and exactly how you need to go and find out information for her. This is my first pickup of the game, mission 6, and I'm going to admit this guy doesn't play like Kenway. He uses a single weapon, a machete. It's pretty violent, but you won't see any of that in this mission because I have to get to the end of the mission without killing anybody, which caused me a couple of problems, but I managed to get through it, and then I got a really good run doing all these little mini missions. You understand? So you eavesdrop on that guy, and then you get 5 investigations to do around the town. You need to do all 5 for the 100% sync. So I make sure I do all 5, and each one has a possibility of failing if you don't do it correctly.
That pouch must be important.
They also have a couple of parts in them where you need to get around not killing people, which I will show you. The first one, the one right near to where you eavesdrop, is this courier here, or thief. You catch him stealing something on the ship, and you decide to chase him, but you can't kill him yourself because of the mission detail. So you follow him up this little meandering path where he runs past some guards. They don't like it, so they decide that they're going to chase him. So, you know, you just hang back in the trees, follow on a bit, and hide in this little bush here. And as you know, as everyone would remember from these times, if somebody ran past somebody, they would hunt around in a pack of 3 and brutally murder him, which is what they seem to have done. These couple of guards, it'd be funny, you see here, this guard goes to run off, decides not to run off, which causes the other guard that's linked to him to not run off. I was a bit worried because I thought they was going to see me and I was going to get into open combat, and then I was going to have to restart everything because I would end up having to kill them to get away from them, and it was all, and I was like, actually, no, I think I can slide in here as they're very close for 2 men. It is a bit close for people to stand together. It's a bit weird, but you know, I steal the letter, I walk away. They didn't hear me talking, which is quite an advantage. Otherwise they might have chased me. So that is investigation 1 of these 5 investigations complete. The next investigation is a little bit of a run from where I've just finished off. During this run, I will explain to you some of my observations of this downloadable content. Don't get me wrong, it's an amazing game, and the fact that they're bringing out downloadable content, which gives you, and there is a lot of gameplay aspect in this DLC, which I think is great. I think it might have been possibly slightly rushed. There's a couple of polishing aspects. The way that he interacts with some of the terrain seems a little bit off. Maybe it gets patched in the future. So this is mission 2 of these 5 mini missions, where you have to discover this guy who is inside the green circle, and you need to steal a letter from him. But this guy won't let you get anywhere near him to pickpocket. So what you have to do is you have to follow him a little while and use the blow dart to knock him out, put him to sleep, and then you're able to steal from him. There's a couple of guards, they run up and down here, so you just sort of keep out their way, travel from bush to bush. They start running away again. He hangs around in that little area, looking around with those guards, and then he starts to walk up this path. But, as you will see in a couple of seconds, when he starts to look like he's getting out of range for you to be able to take him down with a dart, a group of guards appear out of nowhere, and they would very much have something to say if they saw you do that. You wait till they turn around, he starts walking up the hill, you move to the next bush. Now you basically do that a little bit up this hill, move to the next bush, bish bash bosh, move to the next bush, there you go. Those guards are going to stop and they're going to come back down, and then that gives you the opportunity to follow up and chase him. There is a second route here, which is just to the left where that tree is. So just run past it now, which will group you up with him a little bit further down the path. But what I decided to do, like any good assassin, was almost run into him so he noticed I was there. And he turned around and he was shouting something at me. And this is where I'd say the game isn't quite so polished, because I get the blow dart out as he starts to walk away, and I go to blow dart him, and then the letter appeared in my hand, which I don't think is the intended way of completing this investigation. But I had done it before. The best way to complete it was to put him to sleep, knock him out, and then you could loot the letter off of him. But for some reason, it slightly bugged out and just gave me the letter. I wasn't going to complain, I wasn't going to restart, because it still is in the guidelines of being a 100% sync. But I am explaining how you would do it if yours wasn't lucky enough to just hand you the letter like mine was. So I've now completed 2 of these 5 missions. You'll realise that this is a very long mission. I'm about halfway through the whole mission in terms of the whole time, maybe just under half. A little bit of travel left to do. This I can't even speak now. This next mission is a small eavesdrop mission, just through an alleyway. You drop down here, drop down, hide behind this fence. I suppose you're supposed to climb through the fence there, but you know, just jump around and move. That's how the assassins do it. You know, there's no creeping through fences. That's how weirdos do it. Don't do that. So you start tailing these 2 guys, 2 scientists, I believe. You climb up here, eavesdropping the scientists, and they take a sort of a meander down this alleyway under a couple of things. I let them get slightly away from me there, but you know, I catch up.
It was the only way to gain access.
There is a little bit at the end which is a bit weird. It's not quite clear where they're gonna go in terms of like following them. So you kind of have to see it to understand where they're going to go, like the first time. And there's not a clear sort of assassin route to follow for that either. But you'll see that in a sec. It's at the corner of this building. It's not even a long eavesdrop, this one. One of the shortest ones I've actually had.
Oh, probably, but for all their military might,
decided to, you know, double check that drop there. It's always good to double look. So they just sort of just walk away in the middle of. There's not really a way to follow them without kind of jumping down. The building to what is now the left is too far away, and the building that was the right was too far away. So I just sort of jumped down, run into this bush, kind of get away with it. They had a little glance at me, but you know, being the master assassin that I claim I am, I was able to evade their eyes and get away with the information, which is, you know, what you would expect. So, 3 missions down, 2 to go, 100% sync. Here we go. I was deciding here whether or not to do this mission next or the other one, or this investigation, because this investigation is a bit of a ball ache. But you know, I thought I'd go with this one, and for some reason, I don't press the button for ages. Well, what am I doing? Sure, I've got faith in myself that I will press this button. There we go. There we go. Right, so this is investigation 4. It asks you to free some slaves from a rival fisherman of that guy, which, you know, that's a bit of a crazy thing to do. Right, I don't know. Would you just randomly, I don't know, free everybody from the tyranny of work from a rival company? That's a bit brutal, but you know, business is business. I decided to jump into this hostile area for some reason, and then swiftly jump out, which was not ideal. Among doing so, I've alerted this guy. He's now looking at me, going a bit crazy. But I need to wait for the key holder to finish doing his route, and then meander off up that hill, which you will see in a second. So I decided to hang back in the back of this bush, as this guy sort of has a really weak look for me. You know, he's standing in the same bush I'm in, but isn't able to see me. That's literally how good I am at this game. I'm so good, I can stand in a bush that the person is looking for me in, and then not find me. That is the sign of a true assassin. That's all I'm going to say on the matter. So, the key holder. Here he is. I'm thinking, right, I can go for it. I can get him before he walks past these 2 guards. I go for it. I start stealing. Then I'm like, hang on a second. I mess it up a little bit. Then I'm like, nope, call that one off. If I continue to do this, they're going to see me. They're going to have a go at me. They're going to be like, hey, we saw you be robbing that guy. And I'll be like, I ain't be robbing no guy. So I just wait. He walks past all the guards, and then I'm like, right, okay, this is my opportunity. Let's have a thief up. But still, I'm too close to the guards. They see me kind of. He's like, hang on a minute, starts shouting. I run off, I hide in this bush, and he has to wander around. Give him a couple of seconds to drop his scent, as they say. And now I have the key. I have to free everybody from the slave pen, which you'll remember, the place I accidentally jumped into a couple of minutes ago. So here I am, drop down into the slave pen and free the guards. From doing this, everybody's now after me. So there's a little ridge line here that's got loads of brushes, loads of bushes. I decide that I'm going to run along there and try my best to lose everybody that's chasing me. I do okay in doing that. I lose pretty much all of them. They're still coming quite fast through the bushes, so I go a little bit further on, across this bridge, hide in this bush here. I think I'm expert at hiding in bushes, so I thought I'd wait here. Everybody's starting to lose their scent. They're getting a bit bored of chasing me. They're like, right, I'm gonna, you know, scoot off. This fella, he's like, he's not having none of it. He's like, you're in this bush. I know you're here. I can see you. I'm like, right, okay, crap. He hits me with his sword, and I'm like, well, I can't retaliate because I'll end up killing you because I'm just so deadly. So I'll just have a run. Just, you know, go for a run. There's another guard here on the left, so I climb up the building to avoid him. I climb up onto this roof. I see there is a couple of pigeons here, straight into the dive pit. into the old hay bales. If you remember, Altair taught us this long ago, how to dive into hay bales. What a guy, what a legend. So we do that. We free ourselves from the tyranny that is the guards chasing us. And that is almost interrogation or investigation 4 complete. As I said, this is a very long mission. Very long mission. I need to go back to the fisherman who asked me to do such a dastardly deed as to free all of the slaves that work for his rival.
Thank you,
I do that.
I did not do it for kindness.
He says thank you. You know, I just leave. While he's talking to me, I'm like, yeah, I don't need your jibber jabber. I'm just off skis. Straight away, bish bash bosh. I'm on to the next part of the mission. Such a long mission. I don't need no idle banter with the guy. So here we go. We're on to the last mission. This is probably the easiest of all 5. Decided to just climb up that pole just to have a browse, you know. So I'm on the edge here. Oh, switch to eagle vision. Find him straight away. This guy, all you need to do is tackle him down, and then he will tell you everything you need to know. But he pushed me over. I wasn't having none of that. I was like, hang on a minute. And then look at him, running through the streets, zero regard for public safety. He knocked that woman over so hard, I'm surprised she's not dead. So I take him down, in the process, knocking over a woman myself, but she's fine, she gets up, she walks away. Lovely. Lovely. Absolutely perfect. Couldn't be done any better. Well, maybe slightly better, but this is number 5 of 5 to give me the 100% sync, which I have been waiting for a long time, let's just put it. I might have attempted this mission a couple of times. I might fail a couple of times. But we won't go into that right now.
The expedition will also be
So this guy, he's talking about the mission. The mission is basically you need to find out about the French ships, and the French ships want to send scientists over the waters. The Spanish don't want them to do that. Everybody's complaining. Bastien, the lady in the tavern, wants you to investigate. So you go back to the tavern after you found out all of the information that she's asked you to go and find out about. Drop into the tavern. Loads in pretty quickly. So quickly I forget to move when I'm inside the tavern apparently. There we go. So we go to the tavern, speak to the woman, and you will see we get the 100% sync. Thanks for watching this part of Freedom Cry. I've been Al. This has been my presentation of Freedom Cry. Mission 6. Join in for more. Thanks.